Letterman? I'm the only one who wears it. I guess.
All right, going to questions for Spencer.
You spent your entire career focused on the next thing. The next thing is obviously the NCAA championships this week, and you could do something pretty special. Have you thought about what it might mean to accomplish what you want this week?
Yeah, of course. I've definitely thought about it. It just, like I've said before in the past, it'd be the first goal I've ever accomplished in my life. So it'd mean a lot to me. But the thing is I haven't done it yet. So one match at a time, and you know how it is. Tough tournament. Got ready to go.
How do you feel, just like physically, coming into this tournament, maybe compared to previous tournaments where you obviously have dealt with varying health?
Well, I know I feel better this tournament than I did my previous NCAA tournament.
What was it like watching from the sidelines last year for you?
It was tough. I was not a fan of that. I don't think I'll be a fan of that ever, to be completely honest. It was just weird cheering on the teammates and going down there, like talking to them while they're all competing, and I'm just a fan. I wasn't really a big fan of that.
From the time that you committed, you were thrust right into the role of being a face for this program, and it's something you seem to embrace and probably, follow through better than anybody ever has. What's been kind of the key component to handling all that and being able to serve in that role the way you have?
Well, honestly, the key component of that is just focusing on yourself. I think us 25-pounders for Iowa have always had that kind of, edge to us, that we're the guy that we started off. We don't draw. We always want to be first, just because that's our job. And I think if hopefully the future 25-pounders for Iowa are the same way, and they know it's their job to get it started for everyone and to be that the ignition for the guys. And I think that helped me a lot. I'm not sure if I would have been a different weight class, if it would have been the same. I don't know. I just know that being first made me prideful, and the coaches as well helped me in that role as well, knowing that I got to be ready to go and I'll start them off strong.
You could be last on Saturday night.
You know what? I could be, but gotta get there first, and hopefully, that'd be a good problem to have.
Student of the sport, obviously. You and Yanni both have a shot at doing something pretty special this week.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the first time I think in the same year that two guys would win four if you both accomplished it. Have you thought about that aspect of it that can make this week even more special?
It's just funny. I remember winning nationals, God, a long time ago. It feels like now in 2018, with him, and us kind of hugging each other, being like, "Hey, let's get four together," kind of thing. Obviously, I'm always going to cheer for my teammate in his weight class, and same with him. Vito is my weight class for 2 years. Obviously, he was going to cheer for him over me, right? So we're in the same boat when it comes to that. But seeing us both win together and us competing against each other, even when we were like 8, 9 years old, it was kind of cool. Seeing us both be successful, and we kind of joked about that. And then with the whole COVID thing, it wasn't going to work out with us in the same year, and then obviously I got hurt. So it's kind of funny now that we're same class again. So it is interesting, but we both got to do our jobs, and Max got to do his job too. So.
What's your guys' friendship relationship like now, you and Yanni?
It's so funny. We're not guys who text each other. We never message each other. But if we were in the same vicinity, we're gonna go up to each other. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation like we've been best friends for as long. It's just how we are. We're both cordial with each other, and he's super awesome guy. I don't think I've ever met anyone who didn't like him. He's just he's very jovial, and he's always smiling, always joking. He's a good dude. Can't hate the kid. It's impossible. And he's obviously a really good wrestler. So.
There's under the idea of you two may not be like best friends, but like you both kind of understand the pursuit that you're on, not just like national titles, but world.
Yeah, well, of course. Gosh, dude, we've been wrestling the same tournament since we were like 9. Everywhere. I've seen him everywhere. So it's just been a cool journey, having the same guys, at the highest level, even from the lowest level as little kids, kind of continue having success and enjoying the process, and doing what we are passionate and what we love to do. So
I know it's hard to be reflective when the focus is so forward on the next thing right now, but what has the last 6 years meant to be as part of this program, working with the coaches and all the teammates you have experience? Can you briefly talk about
Yeah,
that?
well, it's been really fun. It went by fast. It was super exciting to be a Hawkeye, and I'm thankful for my years and my time here. And I plan on sticking around, so I'm not leaving. So I'll still be a Hawkeye, just in name and in past only. But it'll be fun, going to a different role, a mentorship role, more than a selfish role that I've kind of been in the last 5 6 years. So I'm excited for that, but we gotta get there first.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Can you name the other four-time champions?
Yeah, of course. Pat Smith, Logan Stieber, Kale Sanderson, and then Kyle Dake, of course. So, come on, man.
Want you to take me back all the way to kind of your recruiting process. I know Terry took the lead on it. What was it about the relationship that you guys formed and kind of how he approached the process that kind of sold you on Iowa?
I just loved their passion. I loved how like each and every guy in the room they coached, whether it was a starter or not, got like their blood, sweat, and tears no matter what. I mean, I just remember being a freshman and when my freshman year team, I'm not putting them down or anything, but we weren't really that close. I wasn't like, honestly, I couldn't even name half the guys on my team that year just because like I was so selfish and like no one was like talkative and it wasn't like I remember being on the bench one time in a match and there was no one on our bench watching the matches. They're all upstairs on TV. Like just wasn't that atmosphere yet. And I just remember it didn't matter like to Tom and Terry. They were like every guy private lessons in the morning. I mean, I remember there was a senior my freshman year. We had already wrestled the Big Ten tournament, and this guy was doing a private lesson with Terry. Obviously his season's over, his career's over, and he's still learning. Like he just wanted to, and Terry was doing it anyways. And I just remember going, wow, that's like, he's taking time out of his day. That's not a top 10 guy, and he's still teaching that guy because that guy asked. That's just Tom and Terry. Like they're gonna whatever you need, blood, sweat, and tears. They're gonna give you their all to everyone, anyone. I mean, your family, and you always will be. And I think that just resonated with me, and I'm like, these guys are amazing. I mean, I could see a coach going, no, I got to work with the top 10 guys. Big Ten's already happened. Your career's over. No, he was like, what do you want to work on? Just like so, an hour and a half at like 7:30 in the morning. I remember like running on the treadmill, going, oh my gosh, he's awesome. So.
One or two more.
You've had a lot of adversity. Obviously, everybody knows about the knees. You had to deal with the disappointment of 2020. Can you explain kind of the support network that's kind of helped you maneuver through that adversity and allowed you to, help
Yeah.
you get to where you're at right now?
I mean, I would say we have the best, medical staff I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, every doctor, I mean, the amount of hours they've put in and the work, the extra stuff they've had to do. I mean, they're so busy already with everything that they do as being high-level doctors. Just to put extra time into me, I mean, obviously my trainer, Jesse Donworth, he's probably put the most time into me just because, he's been around me more. He's part of the team. So, I mean, I would always say I couldn't do it without them, Peterson and Westerman and, Keith and there's Dr. Cruz and there's so many more that have worked with me, obviously Jesse and the hours they put in and, the amount of, tests and MRIs and whatever they've done just to keep me on the mat probably is a little excessive. So, I definitely wouldn't be able to compete without them, and I don't know if I'd be competing this year without them either. So.
I assume your parents are pillars of that support.
Oh, absolutely. But like when it comes to my parents, they don't see any of this. They're not here. They might see me once every 2-3 weeks or once a week at the most. These guys see me every day. Jesse sees me every single day, every morning. So like they know me better than my family even knows me, just because that's just how it's been. Even my dad will joke. He'll like to try and talk to Tom and. He'll be like, well, you know him better than I do, Tom, because, I mean, he does. I mean, he sees me every single day. He hears me talk. I mean, we have conversation, so it's just different. These are the people that have put me into this situation to be where I'm at today. So.
All right, thank you, Spencer.
Shit.